And good morning, it's Lupe, Classic Hits 92.7, 95.3. A special dinner and auction is taking place this weekend to help Arise Addiction Recovery in Machias. Joining us in the Street Beat studio is the founder and director of Arise, Paul Troverlo. I knew I was going to mess that up. Troverello.
You got it.
Troverello.
Yeah, it's the third time's a charm.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's been a little while since I've seen you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I hear you've been doing good things over there in Machias and around the area. First, tell us, what is Arise Addiction Recovery and what you guys been doing lately?
Yeah, Arise Addiction Recovery is a Christian ministry. Our main emphasis is to help people get free from drugs and alcohol. We have a meeting in Machias. We also have a long-term residential program for men. A guy would come in and join the program, and he would be with us for 9 months minimum.
And how do they get in there?
So there's an application process. We have a website,
Okay.
which is just ariseaddictionrecovery.com.
All right. So what inspired the Arise Benefit Dinner and Dessert Auction, and what makes it special?
What makes Down East Maine special, I guess, is really how to answer that question. I grew up in New Jersey, and it was a little bit foreign to me, but when Down East Maine, when someone's, house catches on fire, or, there's a need, someone suffers with cancer or whatever, in an effort to raise money, they do potluck dinners. And, and so that really was new for me.
Yeah.
And then I came to the area, started Arise, and I think it was the first year, just in a way to raise money. Mm-hmm. We'd put on a dinner, a potluck dinner, and a dessert auction. And that first year, it was a real hit, and it kind of grew from there.
Nice. And how many years has that been?
So this will be actually our 9th dinner.
Our 9th dinner.
But we're celebrating our 10th year of Arise.
Okay.
So,
all right. So
first year we didn't do the dinner.
So how does the event support the mission of Arise Addiction Recovery throughout the year?
A lot of ways. I mean, last year we were able to raise just over $10,000.
Wow.
Yeah, which is a real blessing. And, and so obviously financially it helps throughout the year, but more than that, it's an outreach. We invite people from all over Washington County to come, and a lot of people that maybe have heard of Arise but not familiar with the specifics of Arise, they come to this dinner and they learn a lot about the ministry at the dinner. So, and then people after the dinner, they ask how they can financially contribute monthly. So there's a lot of different ways that it's a blessing to us.
All right. Can you share a story or moment that shows how Arise has impacted someone's life?
Yeah, so there's a family that's I've invited to share at the dinner this Saturday. Okay. And the husband of this family and the dad, he went through Arise and recently graduated about a month and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
And he's married, and he and his wife and their 5 children live in Machias. And, I would say Fran, his name's Fran, and his story is that when he came to Arise, he was displaced. His family didn't really have a home. They were staying on families' couches. Imagine with 5 children.
Wow.
And, he was struggling with like alcohol abuse and stuff. And then he came to Arise, and, it didn't happen overnight, but he was there, and God really started to reunite him and his wife, him and his children. And then just by a step of faith, his wife, was in New Jersey with the kids, and they moved to Machias into this house. And, she got a job at Marshall's and started, paying the rent and stuff like that. And then Fran, God really blessed him. And as of, again, a month and a half ago, he started a roofing and renovation company. It's called Righteous Roofing and Renovation. And
I have a job for him.
Awesome. Yeah, great. So it's just things like that. When you look at the big picture, it's like, wow. But it's, incrementally, God first thing he did was bring Fran in and, give him a clear mind and giving him food and able to sleep at night, stuff like that. And then the phone calls started taking place, and then visits, and then the whole family moved up here. And now they have a house, right, which they didn't have before. He has a company, a way to provide for his family. So, and he serves at our Monday night meeting too. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on and talk about what's on the menu and what kind of desserts can you expect at the auction?
yeah, so what's on the menu? Again, it's a Down East Maine potluck. So it's kind of like bring your best dish. Usually it would be baked beans, pasta salads, chef salads, roast beef, all that type of stuff. And it's really good food. And there's plenty of it. And then the desserts, that's really where people show out, is with the desserts. Every year there's a woman that attends our church. Her name's Melanie, and she makes homemade donuts, apple cider donuts, yeah. And last year, 12 of Melanie Ferguson's apple cider donuts sold for $300.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like a scrap that goes on
Yeah.
for these donuts. There's tiramisu with chocolate ganache and lemon pound cake and a 3-layer strawberry shortcake. So yeah, the dessert part of it is really
Legendary.
It is legendary. Yeah. So
Nice. Now, what about the raffle items? Are there some things that you can talk about here? There are any standout raffle items?
So there are. We have quite a few.
I've seen some good stuff there.
Yeah, we try to do packages, like instead of like one item, it would be 4 or 5 items and put it together in a package. The thing to highlight is a 3-day deer hunting trip in upstate New York, which has been donated by Eastern Wildlife Management.
Oh, wow.
Tyler Farrington, he started this nonprofit ministry, which has been awesome. Super helpful as far as Arise and their contribution. And then there's a table that features over $400 in gift cards from local businesses. Hannaford, Pat's Pizza, Pinio's, things like that. So, you're buying tickets, you're buying I think they call it a book of tickets, which is maybe 6 to 8 tickets or something for $20. And, with the hope to win a $480, to be exact, package of gift cards. So, and on and on and on it goes. But yeah.
Yeah, I saw some tools and some oil and all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, there is. There's, haircuts
Yeah.
from a couple different barber and, hairstylist. They donated a hair package, so it's
What are you
awesome.
saying?
Yeah, not for me, right?
Okay. So how does the event bring together people from across Washington County and beyond? Because I see you have people coming from everywhere.
Yeah, so one thing we tried to do this year, again, with this being the 10th anniversary of Arise, we tried to invite graduates, people that have men that have gone through our program and finished it, to come back if they can. I know it's not possible for everyone. We do get people from all over the country, but people that, live locally or could even make the trek. We have people that are coming up from New Jersey, coming from Pennsylvania, which is cool because it is kind of like a reunion in that sense. And, it's awesome to get people together. And, one of the things, Lupe, is, the guys that are actually in the program currently, they attend. And it's an awesome way to show people that are new in recovery or, even some people that are still bound by addiction, that it is possible to have fun sober. And that's what Saturday night is. I mean, it is great fun, wild fun, sober. There's no drugs, no drinking, no smoking, no carrying on.
Yeah.
And we try and, honor God, honor the Lord Jesus. So that's the biggest deal to me, it's just having a good time, being together. Obviously the money's awesome. We need it, but it's really about coming together and just having fun, man, in a sober way. So,
Talk about some of the live testimonies you're going to be giving. What can listeners expect, or certain moments?
yeah, so this year again being our 10th anniversary, it's we have Fran and Alexis Smith and their 5 kids we're going to invite on the stage. And just for 10 minutes, they're going to
Yeah.
share brief, concise story of God's faithfulness and what God has done in their life. And then this year, again, it being different than the dinners in the past, we're going to honor the board of directors of Arise, which people typically don't know who they are. And we don't try to make a big deal about it, but they have been serving this ministry for 10 years. And we have a couple of special gifts for them, and we're going to invite them to come up on stage. And I'm going to, just kind of like mention who they are and present these gifts to them.
As a thank you.
Yeah, as a thank you. Yep.
Why is it important for people in recovery to share their testimonies publicly?
It's important for the purpose of accountability. So for me, it would be, I have bad days, right? I was addicted to the worst kind of drugs on the planet. It's been a while. It's been over 12 years, but, I have bad days like anybody. And on my worst day, I might think about things that your typical average person wouldn't think about doing. So what's good about sharing my testimony is it's that much harder to publicly tell people you've been rescued by the Lord from this horrible addiction than on a bad day to go back because you look like a hypocrite or a fake, and nobody wants to do that.
Yeah. So you're bringing it out to light.
Yeah, and I think that's good for people to do. It's one thing to do it in a one-on-one setting, but to get up in front of 300 people and say, hey, this is who I was and this is who I am now in the Lord. And, that kind of keeps you straight on a bad day. So that would be the biggest deal. Second to that, which is just as important, is to give hope to other people, others, suffering, people that are addicted. Hey, there's hope, man. You don't have to live like that anymore.
What's the suggested donation, and how can people contribute if they can't attend in person?
So to enter into the dinner, this will get you the food and probably get you to hang out is for a family is $20. So, if you can't come, even if online you wanted to donate $20, we have ways to do that. We do use Venmo and PayPal and all that. Again, you would go to the Arise website, ariseaddictionrecovery.com, and you could just contribute that way.
So how do the funds raised at this event directly help individuals in recovery?
So in order for a man to go through the 9-month program, it costs $5,000. When you deal with people that are coming with these type of problems, I mean, it's rare that they have $100, let alone $5,000. So some of the guys, their family helps them, their church helps them, but a lot of them don't have help, right? A lot of them are, just coming in, dragging themselves there. And so what this dinner does help is last year we raised $10,000. Well, we were able to take 2 guys through that year that had no money and just bring them in and give them Jesus and let him change their life forever, man. And so that's awesome. You don't have to make it about dollars to help somebody.
All right. So talk a little bit about who's behind the scenes making this event happen. Also, go ahead and talk about your directors and that kind of thing and volunteers, any sponsors.
Yeah. So really the couple that has helped my wife and I from the first dinner is Jen and Wayne Wood.
Okay.
Wayne's a barber in Machias. Jen, she works for the children's program. And they've just been dear friends to us. And, that we couldn't pull this off without their help. They grew up in Machias. They know everybody. They know you. You know, so they're awesome, and they kind of do all the behind the scenes stuff. Of course, we have Zach and Tiffany. Zach's a graduate of Arise, and he's actually the third employee of Arise. He's the first graduate I ever hired.
Okay.
He runs the operation side of things, like the work projects, the vehicles, all of that. And his wife's a gem. His wife's, you know, that those two really help, you know, like behind the scenes, pull this dinner off. And then Tyler and Ashley Farrington. Tyler, he's a lobster fisherman locally. He also sells life insurance. And he does this ministry, Eastern Wildlife Management.
Oh, okay.
You know, he takes people on bear hunt and deer hunt. And he and his wife are the ones that actually run the silent auction.
Okay.
So that's super helpful. I mean, they actually go business to business and ask people for donations, and they put these packages together. So it really is a collaborative. Yeah. So.
All right. So what's the best way to follow Arise or stay connected after the event?
So we have a website, ariseaddictionrecovery.com. On our website, we do that Monday night meeting, which is open to anyone who struggles with addiction, or if you're the family member of someone that struggles with addiction. And when I say addiction, I mean any kind of addiction. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol.
Yep.
It can be anything that you're addicted to. And then, so we post the teaching portion of that Monday night meeting on our website.
Okay.
Like after the fact, it usually goes up by Tuesday morning.
Okay.
And then we do the third Monday of each month, we do a testimony, which isn't just confined to people that are in recovery. This is for the public.
Okay.
Anyone
Anybody
in the
can just-
community, yeah. And what's awesome about our testimony Monday night, which again is the third Monday of every month, we do a potluck.
Okay.
A good down East Maine potluck, right, which people love.
Yeah.
So the traditional Monday night meeting goes from 7 to 8 p.m. at 3 Davis Road in Machias. And then the third Monday of each month, we start at 6:30, and it goes till 8. So we eat a little bit, and then the testimony is near the end. And we post those testimonies on our Facebook page,
Okay. Wow.
which again is Arise Addiction Recovery Machias. So yeah, so those ways, we everything we do throughout the year, we try to capture with photos, video if possible, and we try to upload it to Facebook.
Okay.
So we do usually Facebook and our website. We'd like to get a little bit more up to date with the times and start doing something on like Instagram or whatever. But that's
TikTok.
yeah,
Instagram.
TikTok, yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, my kids were telling me, Dad, what's 6'7"? And they were going like this. I'm like, I have no idea. I'm 47 years old.
Yeah, that's funny. I only know because I heard it on the news.
Right, yeah. TikTok.
Yeah. For someone on the fence about attending, what would you say to encourage them to come out Saturday?
Yeah, so I would say come out, like give it a shot. It's actually a lot of fun. It's a way to meet people and network. And one of the things that we do offer at Arise is help in the community. There's old elderly people or people that are handicapped or people that just get behind and they can't do their wood for the winter. They get a truckload of wood delivered and they never are able to get to it or they physically can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the awesome things that Arise offers, community service. We do wood. We move people from here to there. We pack people's belongings and put them in a public storage building. All that kind of stuff. So if anyone's on the fence, I'm not suggesting come out so that we can offer you help.
Yeah.
But it's a way to, meet first the
Some
guys.
good people.
Yeah, the guys that are in the program, get to know them, graduates, and just see what Arise is and what we do offer. It's one thing to hear me say it.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother experience to be there yourself. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add before we head out?
I would just add that, this Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at Elm Street School in East Machias is the dinner. We'd love to have you. If you are a Christian and you can't make it, I would ask that you would pray. Really pray for this event. We need God's blessing and favor. He's been faithful year after year. So please pray for the event.
All right. Founder and director of Arise, Paul
Trovarello.
Trovarello. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Lupe.
Yep.